Robbie! Robbie Grossman. His first career walk-off home run to defeat the New York Yankees. It was picture perfect. It was an amazing moment that all of us should remember for at least the rest of the season, if not the next few seasons. Man, it was picturesque. I mean, Justin Wilson just threw a pitch that was so close to being a strike, but because Robbie Grossman squeezes his strike zone to be as small as humanly possible for him, it was not a strike and it was a ball. Full count, 2 outs, bottom of the 10th in extra innings. One more pitch. He's got Eric Haas on third. What does Robbie do? He swings the bat and tattoos it in left field for every Yankee fan to see. And in Comerica, they went wild. Robbie went wild, and the Yankees walked off that field defeated. And that is something that every MLB fan can appreciate except for Yankees fans. It's like when the Patriots lose. Everybody can appreciate it except for the Patriots fans. And it's always fun. It's always fun. Always fun. Now, I know some of you may be wondering why I'm wearing a West Michigan Whitecaps jersey. It's Spencer Torkelson's West Michigan Whitecaps jersey. So it's still a Tigers jersey. I don't want to hear anything about that. It's a Spencer Torkelson jersey because he is going to be the future of this baseball team. But, man, this was just an amazing game. It looked like the Tigers were out of it. For a little bit there, it looked like they were defeated. There was a bit of a miscommunication between Brian Garcia and Jake Rogers, and Jake Rogers missed the ball, went by him, went to the scoreboard. He fumbled around with it, and the Yankees scored, and they were up 2-1 in extra innings, and it looked like we were done for. For a little bit there, it looked like we were defeated. It looked like we might not even get out of the inning, but luckily we got our outs. Got done with that, and then bottom of the 10th, Jake. Wait, was it? I can't remember. Can't really remember, but somebody sacrificed grounders. I get somebody hits a grounder and grounds out at first base, but Eric Haas is able to get on third, and then Robbie Grossman, home run, walk off. Wish he did a bat flip. I really wish he did a bat flip. We need. I'm a big advocate for we need more celebrations in baseball because that's one of the things that's like keeping people from watching baseball is it's not as there's not as much celebration. There's so many unwritten rules that are stupid. But we did get kind of a celebration from him as when he saw it, he just dropped the bat. He can't help but laugh. He just drops the bat and stared. It looked like I couldn't tell if he was staring down the ball or if he was staring down Justin Wilson. I like to think he was staring down Justin Wilson because he was looking straight ahead at Justin Wilson. So I'm pretty sure he was staring him down, and that's cool because that's a celebration. Brings energy, brings a bit of a rivalry. The Yankees and the Tigers have a bit of a rivalry, but I feel like every team in Major League Baseball has a rivalry with the Yankees. But yeah, I remember 2016 when they intentionally hit Miguel Cabrera. I was not happy. But yeah, that was great. And I mean, our pitching was great. Casey Mize, like Robbie Grossman said in his post-game interview, every time he takes the mound, we get to watch him grow and we get to watch him get better. That's not exactly what he said, but it was something along those lines. And it's true. I mean, Casey Mize, every time he takes the mound, he's improving. And if he's not improving, he's learning. Because when he loses and he doesn't pitch good, when he comes back the next day, he usually improves upon it. Like he analyzes what he did. He does what every athlete should do when they have a bad performance. You look at that bad performance, you look at what made that performance bad, and you work on those things in practice. And then the next time you play, you correct them, and then you have a good performance. And that's what Casey Mize does if he has a bad performance. He goes out the next day, or not the next day, but the next time he pitches, and he perfects it. He makes sure to do good. Our pitching overall was good. Mize was good. Funkhauser was good. I believe it was Cisnero came in after Funkhauser. Cisnero. I feel like he's underrated in our bullpen. And then Fulmer came out, and Fulmer had a nice little redemption from the last times. He's kind of not been the best. Gregory Soto comes out, gets out of a bit of a pinch there. It didn't look too hot for him at the start of his appearance. But then, he got the outs, got us out of the inning, was good. Then Brian Garcia comes out and does decent. That whole thing with Jake Rogers, that was just a communication. It wasn't fully anybody's fault. It was a miscommunication between both of them. That's all that was. Our pitching, I would compare it to the Red Wings goaltending, but the Red Wings, their goalies are just decent, and it's the defense makes them look worse than they are. But with the Tigers, they have multiple pitchers. They have starting pitchers, relieving pitchers, and closing pitchers that are extremely underrated, I feel, and it's just because our team doesn't win that much. And then, you look at their records, and it doesn't look very good. But sometimes it's just the offense is really bad, and they only give up like 1 or 2 runs, but the offense can't muster up any runs, so they get the loss. We have a very underrated pitching staff. I feel like it's just our bullpen is inconsistent. Our starting pitchers, most of the guys in our rotation are good, and I'm comfortable with most of them. I like most of them. Probably the only guy that is, because Araña's good. Boyd is in a bit of a slump. Mize is good. Turnbull, good. Skubal might be. It's between Skubal and Boyd right now, being kind of questionable, but Boyd's just in a slump, and Skubal in a bit of a slump too, but he hasn't had the highs that Boyd has had this year. But yeah, we have a good starting pitching rotation, and I can't wait for Taharin to come back, because I want to see what he can do. He might not be the best, but I want to see what he can do. But yeah, our starting pitching rotation is solid, and then we have relievers that are solid. Brian Garcia, Jose Cisnero, Funkhauser, Fulmer, Soto even sometimes goes in there to be a reliever instead of a closer. Alex Lang, when he was up here for a little bit, he showed these really good flashes. It's just he was not consistent. I'm forgetting about some people, but most of our guys are good. It's just we don't have a super complete team, so it doesn't reflect good on them. But yeah, our defense today was solid. It's just kind of at the end there, it was faltering, but that might have been due to fatigue and miscommunication more than we are bad. And our offense started out good, sputtered, and then we left a decent amount of guys on base. We just couldn't score. And then at the end, Eric Haas got on, stayed alive. Akil Baddoo did kind of do a stupid, but you gotta remember this is his first year in the majors, and in that type of situation, that just where he was really indecisive. That's his inexperience getting the best of him. So it's just one of those things that you kind of have to learn the hard way sometimes, and he learned it the hard way today. But with Akil Baddoo too, he's gonna look at that and he's gonna work on it. He's gonna perfect it and he's gonna get better. So yeah, he did a bit of a stupid, but we still love Akil. If you don't like Akil Baddoo, there might be something wrong with you. Like if you hate him as a person, I can see you maybe not liking the way he plays baseball because he's more of a power hitter. He's not super defensive focused, and he's not super consistent. He's more of like a popular home run hitter. You know, a guy that is very marketable. So for those of you guys who like, consistent batting, good fielding, I can appreciate that also. But if you don't like Akil Baddoo as a person, and I you might have a mental issue, or you just don't know that much about Akil Baddoo as a person. He's a really good person. He's a great guy off the field. But yeah, this game we were just good. We held the Yankees to under a run for a decent amount of time, and then we held them under. We held them under 2 runs until extra innings, and that's something that teams at our level, where we're kind of bottom of the barrel teams, we're not super good. We're just young. We're rebuilding. Most rebuilding teams can't really say that sometimes. So it's nice to be able to see that these guys, they're maturing, they're getting better. That's what these years are. We just need to develop talent. And that's what we're doing very well. I mean, Casey Mize, Jake Rogers, 26, so I wouldn't really call him a prospect, but he's looking solid. Akil Baddoo, he's 22. He's still got a lot of baseball left in him. And with what he's showing this year, give him a few years and he might be one of the better players in Major League Baseball. Casey Mize is looking good. Gregory Soto's looking good. How old is Cisnero? I feel like Cisnero might be a younger guy, but a lot of our young guys are performing well, and it's good to see. And then you have some of our veterans like Robbie Grossman who are performing very well and guiding some of our younger guys, and that's what we need. That's why Robbie Grossman and Wilson Ramos and Jose Tejaran were signed for teaching the younger guys and power hitters and a good pitcher, something that we missed last year. But yeah, we've got a few older guys that are mentoring the younger guys. It's just we have a plan for what we want to do with this team, and that's good. Because that means we have a set plan to follow. Some teams just like grab the best players available. And that doesn't always work. So we have a plan, we know what we're going to do, and the Tigers rebuild will complete. It will. The Tigers and the Red Wings are probably the better looking teams in Detroit as far as the rebuild is going. The Lions, I'm not a Lions fan, but I'm a Colts fan. From the outside looking in, it looks like that rebuild is going to continue for the next 50 years. And the Pistons, I'm a Pacers fan, but from the outside looking in, you got a few good young guys, but the Red Wings and the Tigers are going to finish their rebuild sooner. So, but yeah. Also, on Saturdays, so starting tomorrow, I am going to try and do every single week, since I have more time in the summer, I'm going to try and do prospect updates on guys that I think had a good week. Kind of highlight me. I'm probably going to show one main player in the thumbnail, but I'll highlight probably the best players. I'll highlight the best player for each level. So rookie, A, double A, triple A. I'll highlight the guys that had the best weeks, regardless of position. It doesn't matter if they're a pitcher or a position player. I don't care. Look at the guys that had a good week and kind of highlight them just to try and keep people up to date, because I know it's hard to keep track of all the prospects. It is very difficult because you have rookie ball, low A, high. You have 5 different levels, and college. You're trying to look at college prospects that we might draft. You got 5 levels that you're trying to keep track of. Rosters that have 20 or more players on them. That's like over 100 players. Wait, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that's over 100 players that you are trying to keep track of. So I'm going to try and slim that down for guys maybe you should look out for, to maybe be called up, or maybe be called up to the major league team soon, guys that are looking major league ready. But yeah, I'm gonna try and update you guys on some of that. Just thought it'd be a cool thing to do, and those will be more edited things. I'll show highlights. It'll be higher quality than just this, where I sit down, there's really no editing, and I just kind of talk. It's gonna be more high quality than that. So look out for that. See you guys next time.
Love on each other, as in, like, tell each other they love. I don't know, like, who the person is.